Hello, roaches, all my little roaches. Welcome once again. It is your King Roach, Josh Potter here, letting you know that coming up in May, we are going to be moving to a new YouTube channel, my own YouTube channel, the Josh Potter Show YouTube channel. If you want to get linked up to it, the link is down in the description. I hope you go click it and you subscribe. Get subscribed right now because, as I mentioned, in May, we will be starting to broadcast on that YouTube channel. So if you enjoy us right now, please to be subscribing to that YouTube channel. Thank you very much. Let's begin the show. Hello and welcome to another episode of the Josh Potter Show. A couple things off the top. Thank you if you came out to West Palm Improv this past Sunday. I love you. Thank you so much for coming. And we're getting more shows on the books. We've got one coming up here, April, San Diego. I mentioned it last week as it barely hit the internet. And we sold out the first show. We got a late show scheduled, so get those tickets in if you can. Still buy those up on my Twitter, which is at @J_Potter, or my Instagram, which is at @Josh_Potter. The links are up there, and you'll find links to other shows as well. June 9th, going to be at the Tampa Bay Improv, and June 10th, going to be at the Orlando Improv. So, Florida, you and I are going to get more acquainted very shortly. I had a wonderful time visiting you while I was down at the West Palm Beach Improv. A couple of other things to note. Twitch.tv/Josh_Potter. Pleased to be watching me on there. And I believe that is all, right? As we mentioned at the top, the YouTube thing, please subscribe. Get on that right now. I'm going to mention that one a lot. But other than that, friends, nothing else really to promote. Last week was a wonderful episode with the wonderful Sarah Weinschenk, the very funny Sarah Weinschenk. Go check that out if you haven't done so already. Keep rating and reviewing and subscribing on the old iTunes, by the way. Big time stuff there. Keep that going. I appreciate it a great deal. We have a wonderful episode for you today. I want to start out with a little viewer feedback here. Yeah. By the way, props to Misguided and Suspended. Is it suspended any, or is it suspended? Is it like
I think in respect to the show, we'll call him suspended.
Yes, indeed. Suspended. And by the way, little thing to note off the top, store.ymhstudios.com, the merch store. I can't believe I neglected to plug that. We still have Sussel shirts, and they are still relevant because they have announced that they are not trading Russell Wilson from the Seattle Seahawks. Pete Carroll there was offers. It was on the table for the Chicago Bears, perhaps Russell Wilson going to the Chicago Bears. It was back and forth. And then 70-year-old Pete Carroll woke up in the morning and he goes, "What am I doing?" And he didn't trade him. He said no. So Sussel has to stay at least another year here with the Seattle Seahawks. And therefore, our shirt is still relevant. So purchase it. Get it while it's still relevant. They haven't traded him yet. I hope they don't by the time this comes out in a few days. I hope it's not a bunch of smoke and mirrors. I don't want to be on Freezing Cold Takes Twitter account. You know, they'll have this whole video up there for you. But let's get into some user feedback. By the way, with the YouTube channel changing, so will the email. So write this down right now, joshpottershow@gmail.com. Get that one in your little brains so that you can keep sending your remixes, your articles as a reporter, your instrumentals, all those things, and your queefs, of course. Send those over to this new address, joshpottershow@gmail.com. So here's a little viewer feedback that we received, and it came with a picture. Someone was inspired artistically by me, and can we get the picture up here? I want people to see it before I read this from Spencer. Oh, wonderful. I look great. So Spencer made this wonderful piece of art. It's beautiful, of course. And he writes, "Hi, Josh. You're gross. You're so gross that I can't even put into words. So instead I used my art. I hope you like this, you slimy, sweet-smelling bug man. Hail Satan and hail Josh. Love, Spencer." Well, it was a very glowing, sort of nice way to put me down. I appreciate that, Spencer. Because some people aren't so nice, which I find very Like some people are genuinely upset by how I look to the point where they have to really let me know. And I don't understand that. Why? Especially when it comes from, like, if it was a woman, I would take it to heart because I'm trying to fuck women. So I would be hurt by that. But when it's a guy, I'm like, so what? Why do you care what another guy looks like? Especially when they get down to like clothes. They're like, and your clothes. It's like, what? Are you a chick? What's wrong with you? Why do you care what another man looks like? I get it, folks. I'm not good looking. I know what I look like. I don't think I've ever come on to any podcast or any sort of broadcast and pretended I wasn't anything but looking like this. I don't even like that we have cameras. I wish it was all audio, but you people like YouTubes and shit, so I got to put it on the YouTubes. Got to get all the YouTubes going. Can't just have an audio show anymore. Got to have the YouTube. So I'm sorry I look like this. I can't change it. I don't think I've ever pretended to be anything else other than gross. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what you want me to tell you. Full transparency here. All right? I know what I look like. I hate it also. What other feedbacks do we have here? This one, man, Jerry Thomas said a nice thing. He goes, Roach looking like he just left yoga class. His style is unlimited. What does that mean? I mean, it's a compliment, but I don't get it.
He's saying you styling. It's like you
like I'm from
nice.
Yoga? What does that mean?
I mean, you know, like yoga dudes, they always like metro and progressive looking. Like I don't, they look like they got their shit together, even if they don't. You know what I mean? It's like that stylish look. That's what it looks like you got.
All right.
And I believe it. Last week you put on the fucking what was it? You had the Supreme hat.
No, that was 2 weeks ago, but yes.
That was
and people were very judgmental about the Supreme hat. I'll have you know that was a Chinese product that Nadav brought me. That was a present. So while it didn't have financial value, it had sentimental value. Okay?
Well,
I'm not a hype beast, okay? I was wearing it because it was a gift from a friend from a foreign land.
Well, you were styling, man, and those glasses helped.
Thank you.
Dope as shit, man.
Thank you to Blue Blocks for these glasses. By the way, we're going to be doing their ads coming up in May once we're on the new YouTube channel. So please to be subscribing so they get all of their worth. But this gentleman over here, Stefan, writes to me. He mentions right out of the gate. I'm not putting this on him. He says, I am one of
the inner city blacks.
And I can't wait to see you at West Palm Beach Improv. Well, I did see Stefan out at the West Palm Beach Improv. So thank you for coming, friend, this past Sunday. And I really appreciate all of you who came. Derek, I didn't see this one while we were discussing the glasses. And so many compliments, by the way, on the glasses. Derek not feeling them. I'm not feeling the new glasses at all. They're not dark and depressing enough. That from Derek. Touche. I mean, I can't argue that criticism. I still wear the old ones every now and then, when I'm bumming around. And I've catch myself in the mirror and I was like, whoa. Well, I was doing that, for a long time.
Wait a minute.
For like a decade.
Wait a minute. You wear glasses that don't work anymore for fun? Is that what I just heard?
It's not that they don't work. I mean, they work like slightly less, but it's just for like, when I'm laying in bed and I want to say I fall asleep with them on. I don't want to fall asleep with these on like I did with my other ones for years and years and years. And they got all bent up and screwed up. I don't, so I wear those when I just am like in bed or whatever.
So you're in bed. So what are you doing where you need glasses in bed? I know your ass ain't reading.
I look at my phone and shit, reading articles and stuff, but like not as much. But I mean, like, when you're trying to fall asleep and you want a death scroll on your phone, everyone does it. It's not healthy.
Wait, so if the phone's up to your face, you still can't see it? Like up to
Dude,
your
I have
face?
to go like this, man. I'll show you exactly where I can read it. This is the distance. We're here. You know what I mean? So I can do that and destroy my final eye. Or I can just wear a shitty pair of glasses and just get through it, when I'm trying to figure out if I won any money on college basketball. By the way, March Madness going off right now. Daddy is hot in college basketball. I don't know anything about it. I don't know what I'm doing. I haven't promoted my picks or put them out there because I'm not to be trusted. This is just pure scorching luck right now. And I don't know what to attribute it to, but man, golly, I hope I win some of these tournament pools. I would be so happy. But yes, the Nice Boy Clock is about a minute to go here, and then we will get into all of the grit and grime. Let's see if we had one more. I think we had one more feedback here. Dylan Smallman says, you plan on putting a call out to your old pals at 103.3. The Edge, just listen to one of your old skits on Shred and Reagan. Keep queefing it. Thank you. That was from Dylan. Maybe someday we'll get those guys on. That'd be a lot of fun. I wonder what skit he listened to. I mean, there's some out there. And we're going to get into one next week, as a matter of fact. It's not a skit per se, but it's involving my old radio career and one of my favorite people that I've gotten to speak to over that time. So I'm going to tease that for next week's episode, so I do hope you join me for that. But yes, the Nice Boy Clock is expiring here. 3, 2, 1.
It's dirty time.
Thank you again to Alexis Fox for providing that wonderful alarm. Let's get into the news. Oh, we got so much stuff to get into here. And this one, I want to get some feedback from those of you in the room next door after we get through the story here. The headline reads, and this has to do with dating. Something that, I can't wait to get back to. I did go out on a small date last weekend. I was actually very hyped up about it. Like, I feel like a new person because I got to go out to a restaurant. I ate a meal. I did stuff. It was wild. It was the best. I was so excited. But here is a woman and a man went on a first date, and the woman slams the cheap date for only buying her water. But he hits back, you see. Just off the headline, what side are you on?
Yeah, that headline's a little sketchy. Hits back.
Yeah, well, he hits back in a figurative sense, I'll put it that way, not with his fists.
Yeah, they could have worded that a little bit better.
Yeah, they should have. In these times when things are so, people are just reading headlines and not reading the rest of the article. This could very well go under the slander situation. But yes, he did hit back figuratively and not with his fists.
But yeah, I'm not good with that whole expecting a dude to pay on a first date or whatever situation. I
didn't think you would be, friend, and I'm happy that you are on the same side. I have a couple. I'm going to put some people's brain in a pretzel and really nuance this whole thing. But let's get into the story real quick. A woman has been harshly criticized online. That means the mob has come for her. After she slammed her date for being cheap, the anonymous woman headed out for a meal with a guy who, instead of ordering her cocktails or a bottle of bubbly, opted for the safer, more budget-friendly option of ice water. But his choice did not go down well with the woman, as she dissed his efforts, reports the Daily Star, sharing a picture of their meal on Twitter, which included a burger and chips, which means fries, folks, in the English. The English, they're like, she had some chips. That's not potato chips. Don't get him on cheapity for the chips, okay? He got fries. That's fries. I did some Googling. I found that out. But also, along with that, glasses of water. She wrote, he's broke when he buys you water. I'm sure she was fucking British, though. However, she wasn't expecting him to see the tweet online or for him to comment for everyone else to see. The man wrote, you're broke when you depend on someone else to pay for your meal. Burn. It is a date, though. So, here's the thing. If I'm taking a girl out, I'm expecting to drop money on it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I've never gone on a date where I've been like, ugh. I'll just cancel the date if it's down to that in my bank account. Do you understand?
Yeah, I agree, but it's the expectation that's the annoying part.
Well, here's where I'll jump in with that. I think it's first of all, this guy has a litany of reasons that he can come out on top here. I don't know which way he wants to take it yet. Maybe we'll find out later. But here's where my brain's going. Boom, I come back. It's a pandemic. We're trying to just save money. We don't know what's around the corner.
Wait, but then why'd they go out to dinner?
Because I still need to live a little bit of normalcy. But when it comes down to frivolous cocktails and bottles of wine, maybe we should just get water, The meal is special enough, and so is your company, I thought.
Damn.
Boom.
Damn.
That's
you
one.
Got her.
That's one.
You got
Two,
her.
In today's world, I just thought with all that we've learned, water is the healthiest option, and I didn't want to assume that you'd put toxins into your body. Why would I buy you toxins? You can buy them. You didn't say anything otherwise. I had assumed you wanted nature's nectar water in your body. My bad. I don't know. That's just option B. So, I mean, which one would you take? Choose your own adventure.
Yeah, I'd say, I mean, shit.
One's financial, one is health oriented.
Yeah.
You can combine them.
I mean, you know what I would say too is like, look, I just didn't want to force a drink upon, maybe you would be uncomfortable and just accept it even though you didn't want it. I didn't want to put that pressure on you. I'd rather just let you decide what you want.
Also, that's a good one. Because also you could assume, like, you could say, well, I just wanted to drink water and I ordered water for the table like anyone does at the beginning. Haven't you ever been to a nice restaurant, you fucking troll?
Yeah, you ever sat down in a fucking
Yeah,
restaurant
who doesn't
before?
start with water? You didn't order anything else. That's on you. I'm supposed to assume what you want to drink? Get the fuck out of here. On to the next. And then she'd be like, but baby, I'm sorry. No. You're done. Anyway. People in the comments were agreeing. They say coffee shop first dates are always the way to go. That's a real cheap fuckface right there. Coffee date? Who does coffee dates anymore? I don't get anything out of coffee. I need a drink, a real drink, a beer, pretty much. Not really a real drink. I don't need like a scotch or something. I'm not a psychopath. But like, I want a beer and I want like ambiance. I don't want to go to a fucking coffee date. That seems like a job interview.
That's exactly what I was going to say. A job, coffee date is for business. That
Exactly. That's like,
not fun.
and you notice the girls who propose a coffee date often treat the date like business. It's like you're getting interviewed. It's like, so where do you see yourself in 5 years? You're like, what? Can't we just get our fingers stinky? See what's up? I mean, Jesus Christ. And then the person goes on with the coffee date suggestion. You can easily bail if things aren't going great and you're just in for a few bucks. Well, you can do that. These people are fucking doofuses. These are the people who get married when they're like 24 and they're like, that's what dates are, coffee dates. That's what adults do. It's like you got married as a child. As close to being a child as you can legally, essentially. A third person writes, what's wrong with water? I always get water when I'm out if I'm not drinking coffee. What's with the people in coffee? Not because I'm too broke, but because I love it. Oh, that's nice. Okay, so people are siding with the gentleman. I side with the gentleman as well. I just think, like, here's the thing. I think maybe he could have very well been being cheap. He didn't deny that, by the way. He just came out and was like, well, you're more cheap than me. That was his fucking thing. Not a great look. I would have come out, like I said, I gave you my two justifications, the way I'd weasel my way out of it. But I try not to go. I tend not to go. I'd rather just cancel the date if I'm not able to, drop down. I go in with a threshold and I go, but I could potentially go beyond that. So I need to be weary of that. This girl, though, I mean, she got a burger and fries out of it. That's not exactly cheaping out. You know what I mean? If he was like splitting a burger and fries with her and then getting water, yeah, then I'd be like, all right, man, maybe this was a bad day for you to do this. But no, I think this woman is genuinely.
You idiot woman! Idiot woman!
I think we can all agree on that.
I'm just imagining her face because that's really what would have done it for me. I'm with you that like at the end of the day, I'm probably going to pay the bill. Because that's just what you do.
You mean like as far as like how hot she is, you'd spend more money or not?
No. Not how hot she was. I like where your mind's going now.
Yeah.
But
you know who you're taking out to catch, and then you know who you are taking out as a catch. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got this one. I'm gonna throw this one back. We're going to get pinks.
Oh shit, pinks.
Stand in a line and then just stand outside. I'm not even taking you indoors.
That's just disrespectful.
Yeah, right. But I see what you're saying.
Like, as in, like
her reaction.
Yeah, like when you got the water, I mean, you can't see me right now, but you know the face she made. She was like, oh, Or
water. Was she like, this is the other thing, could she have been such a phony that she was up there like not acting like anything's different, and then she was acting like she's texting and she's just posting that shit on Instagram?
Right, texting all her friends. This motherfucker just bought me water.
When you go on a date with a person, they're gonna follow you on Instagram. Right? How would you not expect that?
Wait, what? When you follow a person...
When you go on a date with a person,
yeah,
chances are they're going to probably follow you on Instagram or at least check your page out.
Yeah, they're at least gonna check you out.
She just thought, I'm going to post this. He's never going to see it.
Right.
Fucking
right.
God.
No,
Idiot!
I'm sure she wanted him to see it.
Probably, right? She says afterward, I never thought. Totally. Oopsies. Well, anywho, let's keep moving along here. Pickle packing perv popped on a private premise. This is too much alliteration that I don't even know what the headline is talking about, but this guy packed a pickle. This private premise packed a pickle perv. Okay, anyway. A pantless Florida man was arrested yesterday after police spotted him pleasuring himself with a pickle while on a private premises. According to an arrest affidavit, responding to a suspicious person call around 4 p.m. So this man is at dinner time. I assume putting a pickle in his butt. That's what we're going to find out. Because, you can't really, unless he has a vagina, which he very well could. We haven't gotten deep enough into the story to find out. Not just women can have vaginas. He can as well. Or they can. Whatever. But I'm assuming that he was jerking his D and putting a pickle up his beehole. That's what I'm going to assume here. But this gentleman, his name is Eric Detiage, 47, lying on his back in front of a townhouse in Oldsmar, which is in the city of Tampa Bay. I'll be at the Tampa Bay Improv June 9th, excuse me. Tickets on my Twitter and on my Instagram. Anyhow, I'm not going to be putting a fucking pickle in my butt down there, but you never know. I might get to it by that point. Who knows what June will hold for your boy here. Unencumbered by his pants or underwear, he had his penis in one hand. Ding, got that part right. And a large uneaten pickle in his other hand. Well, why would it be in his other hand? It should be in his beehole. The cop added he was using the pickle to penetrate his rectum while he was masturbating. Okay. Knew it. Bing, bing, bing. Got it. Seen above, Detiege was arrested on a misdemeanor exposure of sexual organs charge. Oh, because he had his penis and his balls out. He doesn't get arrested for showing his beehole or putting a pickle in it. Sodomy is becoming less of a arrestable crime, I suppose. He's being held in the Pinellas County Jail on a $150 bond. That's it? I had more for getting arrested with a suspended license. That's fucking crazy. This man is listed. This isn't even really part of the story. I don't know why they just threw this under the bus, this guy. Just throwing shade his way here at the end of the article. Detiege, whose address is listed as the Flying Cloud Mobile Home Park in Tampa. Do they need to throw that one in there? They're like, this guy's got it rough. To the point where he's just Jane his D with a pickle in his butt on someone's lawn. Jail records note that he has a tattoo that reads, "Only God can judge me." Great, that's perfect. There's no indication in court records that the pickle was seized as evidence. Great fucking way to button it up there, writer. They just were like, I'm going to put a joke here at the end. This man's life's ruined because he's probably on drugs or very severely mentally ill, but let's get a little ha-ha out of it. I'm going to miss that one for a second. I don't even know what. Sometimes I send these articles over to Eddie and then I look at them again and I go, I don't even remember why I fucking was looking at that one. Maybe it'll come to me in a moment. Oh boy, yes, this one indeed. Today's world, we're walking around and, on Twitter, everyone's either you're a Nazi if you're trying to cancel Dr. Seuss, or you're a Nazi if you're telling people that genders are fluid. I mean, either way, if you're on Twitter and you're having heated debates, you're a Nazi. Or you've been called a Nazi, or you've been accused of being a Nazi. We throw this word about, we bandy it about like it's nothing. Has anyone murdered Jewish people? No, probably not, but that's what they get. And we've been doing this for years. Do you remember Seinfeld when they had the soup Nazi? Because he was so ardent about his order and his line and everything like that, they compared him to a Nazi, which was very hilarious because it was so extreme back then. But now it's been diluted as everything is being compared to a Nazi. Well, a new Nazi is in the news that kind of goes along the lines of the soup Nazi. It is the sandwich Nazi. And he's a real life person. And let's see how much of a Nazi he truly is. Authorities have charged 2 men with assaulting Capitol Police Officer Brian Sicknick. Oh, so this man was at the insurrection attempt at the U.S. Capitol on January 6th. That's why he's being dubbed the Sandwich Nazi. Why? Did he bring sandwiches to all the insurrectors? Was he like the halftime mom at a soccer game with orange slices? Like, all right, you just bashed the skull of that officer in? Great, now get your slices before we take over Nancy Pelosi's office. Let's find out. George Pierre Tanios of Morgantown, West Virginia, and Julian Ellie Cotter of Pennsylvania are charged with spraying Sicknick and 2 other officers with bear spray. Sicknick died January 7th from injuries sustained while trying to protect the Capitol from fans of President Trump who believed his lies about why he lost the re-election of last November. According to an application for a search warrant, the FBI special agent discovered and observed Tanios and Cater in surveillance footage of the assault. Cater told Tanios, "Give me that bear shit," the warrant reads, and Tanios replied, hold on, not yet, it's still early. So yeah, he was the guy who was like, it's not time for bear shit. We have to hold off. We're going to do it in a moment. The transaction, the FBI alleges, reveals that the 2 were working in concert and had a plan to use toxic spray against law enforcement. The warrant says the other officers sprayed were a Capitol police officer named C. Edwards and a D.C. police officer named D. Chapman, who were wearing a camera. All were temporarily blinded, and Edwards reported scabbing on her eyes that lasted for weeks. So these people are dubbed Nazis because they were a part of the insurrection. Very much closer than the soup Nazi, I would say, is the sandwich Nazi. It doesn't say why he's the sandwich Nazi, though. Oh, hold on, there's more. I'm like, oh, wait, it's over. It ended. But there's another page. Tipsters helped the FBI identify the 2 gentlemen who were, according to the warrant, posted a photo of themselves in the Capitol wearing a sweatshirt with the name of a sandwich university. So it said Sandwich University on his garb, whatever that is. It's his business in Morgantown, apparently. So he has a shop called Sandwich University. On his Instagram page, it identifies him as George Pierre Tanios, a.k.a. the Sandwich Nazi. Oh, so he calls himself the Sandwich Nazi. Oh, that's good. Really putting it on the nose by going to the insurrection and, probably hating Jews. He's probably very hateful towards Jews. I'm just going to assume that of him. He also uses King of the Fat Sandwich. That one's probably better to use on social media, I would imagine, than the old Sandwich Nazi. He trademarked Sandwich U and King of the Fat Sandwich. Notice they didn't mention him trademarking Sandwich Nazi, however. What is this? We have the stars. Oh, his business is fucked. Is this just one review, or is this like?
It's just one review. It says if Donald Trump was a restaurant manager, this is who he would be.
Yeah, I'd imagine this man's Yelp is fucked, and he's like arrested for basically manslaughter, I would imagine, right? Or is it murder because he, sprayed? I don't know. It doesn't say here. I'm getting down to it. It said it in the beginning, perhaps assault.
I mean, I don't think he lost much anyway because I went to his website, sandwichu.com. I don't think he was doing too much beforehand. I think he's going to be just fine.
Who knows? I'm sure that there are people who agree with his politics that are going to be like, this sandwich blows, but I'm going to fucking support it. You know what I mean? Like people that are, and then the other way around, people are going to be like, man, I ate there every day for 5 years. And I thought it was cheeky. He called himself Sandwich Nazi, like the Seinfeld thing. And then I found out he's a real Nazi and I have to stop now. But I'm, it's going to go both ways. So we'll find out which one's best. But that was only one review, eh? That was at the latest review that you pulled up?
No, that was from the article itself.
Oh, okay. Well, so they're just throwing shade. Neither Tanios nor Cater have been charged with Sicknick's death yet. Okay, so that's it. They've only been charged with assault. Sicknick's autopsy results are not made available, so his death cannot yet be considered a homicide. The Capitol Police Union says 139 officers were injured in the assault on the Capitol, and 4 people died in addition to Sicknick. So yeah, these people are fucked. I wonder, they're still in business though, like you said, so we'll see. Maybe they'll change the branding a bit, whoever takes it over, maybe his children or whomever.
No, they are out of business. I went one step further and clicked the order now link, and it goes to #eats, which is closed. So, yeah, he's all out.
Dang, that's a shame. Not really, but kind of fuck him. But also, if you were working at the sandwich Nazi shop, dude, I mean, it didn't. The argument didn't work for the folks at Nuremberg, but you were just following orders. You know what I'm saying? Today's Josh Potter Show is brought to us in part by Womply. Are you a gig worker or self-employed? As a person who is a gig worker, I know that there has been massive changes with this past year with the pandemic as far as how to do your gigs. I mean, you can't go out and about. You can't be around people. You have to do things from your home, do things online. It's been a lot of worry as far as how to evolve with the pandemic and in these times. One thing you don't want to have to worry about is some of the cash flow coming in. And maybe perhaps things have been a little tight. You're trying to get one of those PPP stimulus loans. Womply can help you out with that. They've helped over 100,000 small businesses get PPP stimulus loans. Up to 41.1 million self-employed workers may qualify, as a matter of fact, and you might be one of them. And you could get up to $41,666 in 100% forgivable loans. So you want to see if you qualify. You can apply today. Funds are limited, so you better apply. And you better do it quickly. It's free to apply, as a matter of fact. So get on it today at womply.com/Josh Potter and see if you qualify for a PPP loan. That's Womply, WOMPLY.com/Josh Potter. The Josh Potter Show is also brought to us by Babbel. And I got to tell you, I've been doing a few of these French lessons. I got French people being like, Il est Paris, which means, is he from France? Paris, to be exact. I just learned that from Babbel. It's the #1 selling language learning app. And I got to tell you, it's been more beneficial than taking Spanish class for 10 years. I mean, with this French lessons, I thought, I got enough Spanish under my belt from then. I should actually try and do Spanish as well and see how I do in terms of comparing it to those antiquated classes that we had back in school. This is addictively fun and easy. It's got bite-sized lessons in it, and you can actually use it in the real world. I can't wait to get out to a French restaurant. Things are opening up here in Los Angeles. I'm going to get out to one and start bandying about all my French and impress a lady. Maybe we can go do some Frenching in another way. You know what I'm saying? But other learning language apps, they use AI for their lesson plans. Babbel lessons, they were created by over 100 language experts. So that's why it's a little more efficient and easier to do. With Babbel, you can choose from 14 different languages. It doesn't have to be French or Spanish. It could be Italian, German, and there's so many others. Plus, Babbel's speech recognition technology helps you improve your pronunciation and accent. So you get to interact with the phone, and it tells you exactly what you're getting right and what you're getting wrong. So right now, when you purchase 3 months of a Babbel subscription, you'll get an additional 3 months for free. That's 6 months total for the price of 3. Just go to Babbel.com and use promo code Josh. That's BABBEL.com, code Josh, and you get an extra 3 months free. Babbel, language for life. Anywho, speaking of World War stuff, let's go here. A World War I tunnel of death is hidden in France for a century. I don't know why I sent this to you. I thought I might have deleted that. Because I was going through it, I'm like, this is all just sad. It's just a tunnel where a bunch of corpses were.
Yeah, I didn't know,
They found it in France. If you want to go check out the mount, they're going to build like a memorial and stuff.
I saw it was like...
I don't know why I put that in there.
It was some bunker that they blew up or something, and then...
Xanax, man, it's getting me down. Yeah, no, it's nothing good. It's like there's a tunnel that caved in and a bunch of people died in it, and now they found it, and they found remains, and they're going to put a memorial up. I don't know why. It's morbid as fuck. Maybe I just thought it was like... You could go in. At first, I thought it sounded like an amusement park ride, the Tunnel of Death. And I thought, oh, cool. It's like maybe it'll be a little bit like Mickey Mouse or something like that, where you go through it's a small world and you can look at some World War I stuff, but it's not. It's just a real gruesome sort of terrible thing that we discovered. But it's nice we're digging up some stuff, I don't know. I'm sure the families of those people are happy that their remains were found, and now they get to be like, oh, my great-grandpa died in the Tunnel of Death. Anyhow, Florida man allegedly pulled out human ears while being questioned for killing his grandpa. That's a fun one. That's good. We'll go from Tunnel of Death to ears. Why not? I mean, all I'm picturing without reading the body of this yet is the man just being questioned and being like, I don't know why you're pinning this on me. I didn't really do anything. And he's throwing the ears on the table, just doling them out like cards. listen, I got nothing on me. I have no weapons. He puts ears, though. Anywho, a Florida man allegedly pulled a pair of severed human ears out of his pant pockets while being questioned in his grandfather's murder. Colby Parker, 30, was accused of fatally stabbing his 77-year-old granddad, Ronald Wells Sr., on Saturday evening inside the Lake County home they shared in Orlando, the Orlando Sentinel reported. Man, another Orlando. I'll be there the day after Tampa, June 10th. I'm just going down to where all the news comes out of here on the Josh Potter Show. I got to hit the hot spots where the news is, where all the action is, and where all my reporters, my roach reporters are. Parker initially told investigators that he acted in self-defense, saying the older man attacked him with a knife during a fight the two had while smoking marijuana together. That seems suspect. Who gets in a fight when smoking weed? I've never known anybody to be like, I want to rumble. Like, I imagine after drinking you do that. But not after weed. I've never wanted to fight after weed. In fact, it's quelled many of aggression sort of situations. Eddie, you don't smoke weed, right?
No, I don't.
That's why you're tweaked up all the time.
That's why I'm ready to fight, bro.
Yeah, you're keyed up all the time.
I'm with you.
Oh, man. This guy claimed he was forced to turn the knife on his granddad, whose body was found on the front porch with multiple stab wounds. But while he was being investigated in the case, Parker allegedly took his grandfather's ears out of his pants and then lunged at a deputy. That's not how you do a fucking questioning. He was trying to grab the deputy's gun and taser, the report said. Police said Parker eventually confessed that he wanted his grandfather to be with his deceased grandmother. It was his time to go. Weird pivot. From like, it was self-defense to, listen, my grandma missed him. I'm just reuniting them. It was out of love. He allegedly hit Wells multiple times in the head with a baseball bat before repeatedly stabbing him with a butcher knife. Seems like overkill. Then he cut off his ears. Wild. He also allegedly punched, kicked, or headbutted 3 deputies as they attempted to arrest him. Fucking God. You're done, bro. Another gruesome detail, investigators said they found an apron in Parker's bedroom that had the phrase, "the family butcher" on it. That's just funny. I mean, that's just funny. Waka waka, right? You just... Oh, you found that? Nah. He was charged with second-degree murder, battery of law enforcement officers, and resisting with violence. He will be held in Lake County Jail without bond. Yeah, that's nuts. I mean, God. Have you ever wanted to hit someone? I want to see... I don't know why. This is going to sound bad. I want to see what it's like to see a head get hit with a baseball bat. I don't want to do it. I just want to, like, see it. Like, what does a baseball bat do to a head?
No, I get it. I get like the physical curiosity of it.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know if it's because spring training's about to, I just went to watch spring training and I saw a lot of dingers, you know what I'm saying? Like, just the sound of the crack of the bat, I'm just kind of juiced up for baseball season. But like, man, just seeing like fucking Tim Anderson or Mike Trout just bash a fucking skull with that swing, that would be insane. That's all I'm saying. Just, Mike Trout with the fucking... just the head instead of a baseball. God, that would be would it break like a watermelon? I don't know. Or would it just be sickening and a thick, like a thud?
Yeah, I feel like it would. I mean, if it's them, like a baseball superstar.
Yeah.
I mean, it would have to explode.
Just right at it?
It'd have to explode.
You think it'll explode?
Like, not like, in the little pieces, but like, I mean, that would be an implosion, like. He would cause the whole...
God, that would be... I mean, I have thought about suicide. That would be the best way to do it.
Well,
I kneel on not hit myself. I just kneel where the batter would be. Or like I kneel on home plate, like a T, And then Mike Trout just fucking takes my head off. Could you imagine that on fucking Sunday Night Football or Saturday Night Baseball? That'd be wild. The announcers would be like, uh-oh. Josh Potter lining up at home plate. Mike Trout walking up to take a swing here. I don't know what's going on. They're just like, Mike Trout is going to take the boy's head off. Oh, God, turn the camera. Like, they're fucking...
There it goes down center field.
yeah. And it's a liner to left. God, yeah, that would be intense, wouldn't it? Well, let's get into the sports. What do you say?
Sports.
You want to see my dick? See my dick? See my dick? See my dick?
Oh, man, I'm all over the place. Where's this Ben Simmons story? I lost it. Hold on. There it is. There she is, Ben Simmons. Now, this is the best because this is the shit we always talk about. Ben Simmons gets a lot of heat on Twitter. I don't know why. Basketball is my distant fourth of the major sports, which is why it's even more peculiar that Daddy is so hot with college basketball right now. Keep it coming, gods. But NBA, I might as well have been completely checked out. But Ben Simmons seems like one of the better point guards in the league. But he gets a lot of hate on Twitter, and I don't understand why. And a lot of broadcasters chide him, and I don't understand why. And apparently one called him overrated. A broadcaster recently called him overrated, and he clapped back a bit at this broadcaster, which I love. I love when they show emotion, and NBA players often, that's the most intriguing part about the NBA to me, is that the personalities. I mean, there is a lot of sensitivity in the NBA. I feel like everyone gets a little up in arms when they get criticized or when they get called out. Let's hear what Ben Simmons says.
It depends. Like usually I see a lot of on the end of it. So when I saw that one, you know, I had plenty of time because I was on quarantine still. So I scrolled through his Instagram, saw who he was. It is what it is. He's like a 5'5" commentator for the Wizards, man. I can't give it too much attention. You know, I was just playing a little game with him, but it is what it is. Everyone has their voice and they can say what they want. But it is what it is.
I just want to ask you about Justin Kutcher.
Okay, there you go. So he asked him about Justin Kutcher, who initially wrote, I think Ben Simmons is one of, if not the most, overrated players in the NBA. So then after his remarks made the rounds on social media, and Kutcher, by the way, as he mentioned, a commentator for the Washington Wizards, which is, you know, a pretty high-profile job in the business. But in terms of the business, where like Ben Simmons is throwing him shade, he's like, he's a commentator for the fucking Wizards. Who gives a shit? You know what I'm saying? And the short shaming I don't appreciate. I'll say that. 5'5", what's that have to do with it? Slater, he went on to Twitter to defend himself, this man Kutcher. He says, he's just not as good as everyone makes him out to be, and his accolades are based on hype. That's always tough as a grown man when you get into like a pissing match with like a kid, essentially. I don't know how old this Kutcher man is. Can we look it up real quick? I want to find out, like, can we look up what a 5'5" commentator for the Washington Wizards looks like? He's just like, I can't pay him too much mind. What's his fucking first name for you here? Justin Kutcher. Type in Justin Kutcher, Washington Wizards here. Simmons responded Saturday by posting a photo of Kutcher to his Instagram story and calling him another casual. I mean, I get it. If you're Ben Simmons, you are a premier athlete. So everyone to you looks like this guy, poor thing. I mean, he's just doing his goddamn job. This is why it's tough to call people out. I don't do it. Why is he taking these pictures? Come on, man. I'm trying to help you out, dog. You're really fucking yourself, man. This is a guy who either is not aware at all, or he's just playing into the fact that he's a 5. Like, of course, when Ben Simmons sees this guy, he's like, this is the fucking guy? Calling me fucking overrated? Who the fuck is this guy? I get it now, Ben. Trust me. This is why I would never throw shade to somebody like that, because they'll just look at my thing the way that fucking Spencer did earlier and be like, you're gross, dog. I'm like, I know. I would never call out Ben Simmons. And if I did, I would put a caveat on it. I'd be like, he's a physical specimen way more than me every single time. That's what Justin Kutcher needs to start doing. God, how can a 5'5" dork like that love basketball so much? That's always what made me not want to be into it, was the fact that I was short and terrible at it. And I was like, I'll let everyone else do that. I'm not going to play basketball. There's no sense. I am everything that is wrong. Like, there's no way I'd have to be supremely talented to overcome everything God made about me. Do you know what I mean?
I mean, that's why he's a commentator, right? Not a player.
For sure, but like, that's my point. Like, I don't enjoy the sport. Like, he obviously very much loves the sport of basketball to rise to the level of being a commentator for the Wizards.
Mm-hmm. But you're saying he can't love it because he can't play it?
I just don't understand it. Like, I guess I love things I can't play, like football and things like that. So I guess I get it in that regard. But basketball was always like, I resented it because I was so anti the archetype of a basketball player.
I think that probably is the opposite because he was so,
I rationalized it in myself now. Yeah, you got me with that one. You're like, you put me into a pretzel, and I was like, I guess I do that with football and hockey and every sport that I enjoy. I'm just annoyed.
I mean,
I'm annoyed at his confidence. How dare he?
Yeah, I mean, like, he definitely looks annoying regardless. Like, I don't care what he knows and likes and does.
Because I would never come at Ben Simmons like that, and I look like this. Do you know what I'm saying? So guys that look like us, Justin, I'm putting you with me, dog. You got to put a caveat on that shade you throw. That's all I'm saying. You know? And I hate that he got me all out of pocket like that with his fucking bullshit. But let's get on to another fun story in the NBA, shall we? We know about Malik Beasley. We discussed this before. Malik Beasley was caught in a mall with Larsa Pippen, Scottie Pippen's, I think, sort of ex-wife, but not really. I don't even know if they were like exactly exes yet, but Larsa Pippen convinced Malik Beasley to leave his baby mama and the child. Actually, they were married, wife. So forget baby mama, the wife and the new kid that they just had together. So that happened back in around the holidays that occurred. Well, there was a tip that went to the publication that this comes from. It is called Black Sports Online. So I just don't think I'm throwing that one out there. That's what they call their website. Just want you to know that. Black Sports Online got a tip about a week ago that Beasley and Larsa had stopped following each other on social media. Ooh, you know what that means. Trouble in paradise. How do these people find this stuff out? You know, they have like alerts when people unfollow. I never get the unfollow thing. You got to really monitor things closely to find that out.
Definitely have the monitors. There are apps for it. And let me tell you, the number one person that's going to have that app is a black person, guaranteed. Every black person.
But to find out if another person unfollows another person?
Yeah, they probably got those apps too. Trust they need to know these things. It's I don't know why, but they do. I'm telling you,
It always happens in sports though. I've noticed because like when there's a trade about to happen or when a guy they'll be like, that's always like a clue that a trade or a signing is about to go down. They'll be like, so and so unfollowed the Eagles. That means they're leaving.
Yeah, it's for sure a script because it's like, because that really does kind of send a message. Because an unfollow, I mean, that takes like manual effort. You know, you have to go through your list, figure out who you want to unfollow. So it's like, more than likely they check their follower count. If it drops past a certain threshold, they're like, oh, who's not there anymore? And then they just do math.
But this is a publication noticing that Malik unfollowed Larsa and vice versa. So, anywho. At the same time,
hold up. You said that as a joke, right? You just said vice versa.
Yeah.
Okay,
that's
cool. That's
I don't really say
was tripping. I'm like, that must have been a joke.
I don't say that for. I mean, that's just a nonsense thing to say. It's vice versa. That's proper.
Sorry to interrupt. Please continue.
No, I'm trying to figure out. Okay, so they unfollowed each other on social media. At the same time, Beasley was posting about how much he missed his son. Aw, you shouldn't have left him for some tits then. But this caused his wife, Montana Yao, to call him out for leaving them basically homeless for Larsa. I mean, that might be an exaggeration. Let's hope. Larsa then headed back to Miami, where it appears she had already found a new man. The coconut drinks are always a dead giveaway. I don't know what that's referring to. I think a picture of Larsa with another man and drinking coconut drinks. What does coconut make it cum taste good or something?
I feel like coconut drinks were always what they've seen on like the sex scandals, you know, where they picture two celebrities together. Isn't it always the fucking coconut drinks? On
I
the
just
beach
wasn't
and
sure
shit?
if they were like, they're definitely fucking if they're drinking coconut drinks. I've never had a coconut drink, so I don't know how it affects your jizz. Beasley, only 24, but he still should have saw this coming a mile away. She didn't even wait a week before getting the new guy, and he lost his wife over this. Sad state of affairs. There they are. Is that the new guy?
Yeah, I guess apparently this is the new guy. Hold on, I got them with the coconut drinks.
Coconut juice got me real loose. Cheating on my man again. She just loves cheating. I mean, that's just her deal.
Yeah, my favorite part about that was she convinced him to leave his wife and kids.
What
Like,
if she did? What if she was like, baby, leave them. Fuck them. Who cares? You don't even love them. Do you
Hell
really
no.
love that kid? Come on. Make them homeless, babe. Just make them homeless. Who cares?
You know for a fact, he said something like, man, my wife's such a bitch, man. She's always asking me to be around and take care of the kid and shit. She's like, just get rid of them. Who cares?
Damn kid's always crying and shit. Oh,
And
God.
he said, you know what? You're right, girl. Yeah, I'm going to leave him for you. She's like, really? Me?
Yeah, she's a trollop.
That was all in his head.
But we have to get to our queef of the week here in a moment, which I can't wait to do. Yeah, let's just get to it right now. Do I have an article about this whole thing? I'm going to pull it up on my phone.
Which one?
About our gentleman who had a hot mic incident, which we love to cover so much.
Ooh, that might be in the other batch
Okay.
underneath there.
I'll check it out. You pull it up.
Okay.
Let's watch it while I look. Oh, boy.
Or actually, there's no point in watching it, so I just made it a sound because you don't really see anything.
Right. Okay, so let's listen to it.
Right back here live after the national anthem, ladies and gentlemen. It's not Norman. It's not? They're kneeling? Fucking I hope Norman gets their ass kicked. Are you serious? That's Midwest City, man. Kneeling. Isn't it? Huh? Norman. Fuck them. I hope they lose. They even salute the flag? Some of them are.
So there you have it. That was a little garbly-gook, but I'm sure you've seen it passed around on the internet, and maybe you know the incident already. Basically, if I could translate what this gentleman said, it was an announcer for a live stream, by the way, of an Oklahoma girls' high school basketball game. And I don't want you coming at me for my Twitch mic after hearing that sound. That is a broadcast of a basketball game. Granted, high school, Oklahoma, yada, yada, yada. Clearly not professional broadcasters. This guy's like a gym teacher at the school doing it. And that's what happens when you don't hire professionals, folks. They come on there. And obviously one of the teams on the side there, I forget, I'm trying to see. Midwest City is one of the teams. And Norman High is the other team. And they were playing at Sapulpa High School, or in Sapulpa, I should say. And the Star Spangled Banner began to play. The broadcasters told their listeners on NFHS Network, on the stream there, that they would return after a break. And then one, apparently not realizing the audio still going live, which is always wonderful, commented when the Norman players knelt. So Norman, Oklahoma, their players knelt. And he goes, they're kneeling, fuck them. I hope Norman gets their ass kicked. I hope they lose. Come on, Midwest City. They're going to kneel like that? Hell no. And then he went on to call them the N-words. And I mean, I listened to that thing, and I'm going to admit to you that I barely can tell. But I mean, he still did it, obviously. Did you hear it in there, Annie?
Yeah, I heard it's at the very end.
Yeah, it's at the very end, right?
It's super hard to hear.
So now that I've indicated what he says, why don't we hear it one more time?
Sure.
We will be right back here live after the national anthem, ladies and gentlemen. It's not Norman. It's not? They're kneeling? Fucking
He said it right there.
I thought he said it right there.
He said it 2 times. That's the first time he said it. They're kneeling, fucking.
Isn't it? Huh? Norman. Fuck them. I hope they lose. They even salute the flag? Some of them
I'm
are.
gonna say right. Yes, sir.
Oh boy.
Yes, sir.
So his name is Matt Rowan,
Gotcha.
Or no, Matt Rowan is not his name. I'm sorry. Let's not give this guy Matt Rowan his name. No, it's not his name. That's a different man. Owner of OSPN, the third-party company that produced the telecast. That's Matt Rowan. He revealed on Friday afternoon that he was the speaker overheard during... Oh, okay, so it was Matt Rowan. It was the owner of this company who does this. Wow, I'm all sorts of pretzeled. But then, so he owns this streaming thing, and also he... is the one on the mic. So that's what, I mean, this guy is Jerry Jones and his company. He's fucking out there like, I own the company and I'm going to be the broadcaster on it. And I'm going to say the N-word on the broadcast. I guess, does he fire himself? What happens here? He described himself as a family man and former youth pastor and said there was no excuse for his comments. Imagine that the owner of the company has to come out and make an apology about himself. And he's like, the words of me do not represent my company. I mean, he's fucked. And he put out this press release, which you can see on the camera here. The thing that he gets to in this camera, which is wild. It is ridiculous. He says that, or he blames saying the N-word, by the way, on the fact that he has type 1 diabetes. He attributed his racist language to hyperglycemia. I do not believe I would have made such horrible statements absent my sugar spiking. The statement reads. Insane. So there's an investigation currently being conducted on the incident. This crew will not be doing any more games for the remainder of our championships. The director of the OSSAA, I'd imagine the Basketball Association. This kind of behavior will never be tolerated by anyone representing NFHS. I imagine that's Norman's high school. I'm not sure. The NFHS network said in a statement that it was sickened and outraged by the comments. So this man owned the third-party thing that NFHS was broadcasting. That makes more sense. But either way, this guy fucked himself and blames it on blood sugar, which is crazy. This is like this. Could you imagine this as a Snickers commercial? He's just up there in the broadcast booth in a KKK outfit. He's like, this N-word dribbling up down the court. They're like, Jesus, Matt, why don't you eat something? He just eats the Snickers and then turns into a regular broadcaster. Hungry? Why wait or whatever, right? Is that what they say? He's just Kramer. He's up there in the box, Kramer. That'd be a great cameo for Kramer. You know how it's a celebrity that's angry? It's Kramer just going, N-word, N-word, up in the broadcast booth. Then he eats a Snickers and it turns into Matt Rowan. Missed opportunities. That's all I'm saying. Now, we do have another incident of a gentleman saying an N-word, and this is a gentleman who I have spent much of 2021 trying not to like, because here's the deal. It's a gentleman who I've hated for a majority of my life, since I was about 11 years old, I want to say. Or no, how old would I have been? 15 years old. Sorry. Made myself younger. Since I was 15 years old, I've hated this man. Here in 2021, I'm kind of finding myself to start liking him. And I don't know if it's quarantine, isolation, these things are contributing to this factor. But I need every little moment I can to hate him, to bring me back to that feeling. And here's him saying the N-word, I think. Well, we're going to find out. I don't know. Let's see.
Oh, man! They gotta bring you here! They know you're my kryptonite. They gotta...
So
You want that again?
what's happening in this video, you can't see who he's talking to. He's meeting Ed Reed, who is a premier safety one of the best of all time. He's retired now, obviously, Hall of Famer. And him and Tom Brady have had many a battle. And, you know, Bill Belichick loves Ed Reed, so Tom Brady loves Ed Reed too. You know, they have a mutual respect. So Tom Brady thinks he can greet him in this capacity. So let's hear it again.
Oh, man! They gotta bring you here! They know you're my kryptonite. They gotta...
Annie, would you like to translate?
Translate what you need translated. That's straightforward.
For the people who might not know what he said, I'm saying.
Yeah, you said they know you my kryptonite, my nigga. Like they brought you in because you about to fuck me up, I guess. Is that what he's saying?
It's just so weird. You know, you've heard Tom Brady talk at some point, I'd imagine, right? Maybe on this show or otherwise. But this is like Tom Brady. You know, I don't know. He's fucking boring as hell.
I've never heard him speak. This is the first time.
That's not how he talks, though. That's why I put a little All I'm saying is he put on a little black accent in this guy.
No, I mean I guess it's
I mean,
sucks that
play it
this
again.
isn't the way he talks, but I love it hearing this shit.
I wish
That's
I
funny.
gave you something to hear the contrast in the way that he speaks compared to that.
Yeah, I remember there was just a quote of his about the alien thing. Damn, I thought he said it. Yeah, I don't think I've ever heard him talk other than this. But
No,
yeah,
it's very buttoned up and straight laced, and as you would imagine, a white guy named Tom Brady would talk. You know?
well, I got it here in slow mo just in case.
Okay, let's hear it again.
Couldn't hear it. All right.
He just like straight up Vince McMahon dropped the N-bomb. Like you thought, like when he said it, when Vince McMahon said it to John Cena, it was like the same tone. You know, it was like,
your friends are the guys who dress up in baggy pants and try to emulate the inner city blacks and go around talking about homes, don't they? Homes this, homes that.
that's what he is. He's one of these Holmes talkers.
I don't know, man. Like,
You thought it was cool.
yeah, honestly, my reaction to hearing that. Now, again, though, I don't have the contrast of hearing him before, but I don't know the way that he said that. I've always people always ask me, is it okay to say that word? And that's the difference to me is when you say it and it sounded right. You just know that like you don't say that in that way.
I don't
where
think you
it's
should say it in that way either.
It's a word, man. It's like,
I understand. Like, here's the deal. I understand there's no ill intentions behind it in that capacity, but still, isn't it a little condescending for him to walk up to Ed Reed and be like, you know, even if he says it like it's a rap. I don't even say it in rap songs anymore. I started replacing it with people or person.
You personally?
Yes, I'll, like when I want to sing along to a rap song.
Nah, nigga, we gonna change that right now.
I'm not saying it. I refuse.
Nah, next whenever we hang out, whenever we do this Twitch,
Give me a
thing
song.
we were
Sing a
talking
song that I know. I'm not sure.
Sing a song that
like
you know?
what's a song with and I'll do it. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to think of a rap song I know where it's like shit.
Yeah, what about for my niggas?
Ball
Yeah, I'm
and MJ.
down for my niggas. Hey,
I'm down for my
niggas,
people.
I'm down for my niggas. Oh fuck them. Yeah, come on.
Come on, my person. You know, like that. People want to people want to roll. You know, like that. You know, go people go. Like that kind of shit. That's how I do it. I can do it every time. I hear it coming, and I people or person it.
Oh, man,
I can't do it. I can't say it anymore.
you gotta at least do it once around me. Is that fair?
I mean, sure, I guess. But if you're telling me to, that totally makes it okay.
That's the thing is because like when you say it like that around your friend, you know you start to know how to say it where it's not weird. Because if you say it and you feel weird,
I do
wrong.
feel weird.
Well, then it's wrong. But I mean, how many black friends have you had growing up? You had a bunch of black
I had
friends?
a few, and listen, like growing up, I was definitely when I was singing rap songs, I would say it to like in my house or in my room or whatever.
But not in
like,
front of your black friends.
No, I just don't think it's cool.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine you and your black friends weren't super, super tight then. Because, I mean, the white friends that I grew up
My
with.
black friends were like not even saying it either, I don't think. That's how they were. So I don't know.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they weren't dropping it. Not around me, at least. You know?
What?
Yeah.
What kind of black? What?
Suburban ones? I don't know.
That's weird. I mean, I've always
They weren't, they were suburban city blacks. You know, sweater vests and things, I guess. I don't know.
I don't know. I always say with you, I guess you follow the rule where if you don't feel comfortable, then don't. But I don't judge somebody saying it just because they are not. Because I am barely even half, if you even want to call it that. So what, like 50% of the time I can say it, 50% of the time I can't, or I can't say it at all. It's like, where's the line? So rather than draw a line like that, I feel like it should be you. If you feel comfortable saying it, say it. I don't know, man. Brady sounded comfortable as shit.
Yeah, that's why it's a little odd to me.
4 years.
That's why it's a little odd to me.
I guess, is that true though? Like, are him and I don't know.
They
either
are.
of them.
I mean, in terms of football players, I don't know their like personal interaction. I know they have mutual respect for each other. They've played each other quite a bit, and you know, like Brady said, you're my kryptonite because I'm sure he's thrown more picks to Ed Reed than many other players in his time. So how that translates into how tight they are, they're not known for being super best friends. You know what I mean? So dropping that. But here's the thing. Like I said, I was just trying to drudge something up that made me go back to hating Tom Brady. I guess this isn't it. I guess I screwed up, and I have to reserve the queef of the week for Matt Rowan as opposed to Tom Brady, because obviously he was doing it, with bad intentions, So
right. Yeah, not exactly the same.
He was like, I got hungry and I say N-words. I mean, what do you want? I'm hangry. That's wild. So the queef of the week is definitely Matt Rowan then.
Queef of the week.
And thank you to that one. I actually grabbed the wrong one there. Chelsea. Thank you for sending that queef of the week in. That is Chelsea's queef of the week. Thank you so much. Please to be sending your queefs to me, joshpottershow@gmail.com. It's the new email, brand new email. Remember to keep subscribing, rating, and reviewing on iTunes. Greatly appreciate that. Keep it coming. Do it more than ever. Spend a long time doing it. Do it over and over again. I would appreciate that a great deal. Other than that, we will see you June 9th, Tampa Bay Improv, June 10th, Orlando Improv. Go to my Twitter @J_Potter. The link tree is in my bio, or you can go to my Instagram, which is @Josh_Potter. Keep following and watching along on Twitch, twitch.tv/Josh_Potter. And other than that, friend, the new YouTube channel is up. It's in the description of this YouTube video. It's also in the description. No matter what you're listening on, click the link, hit subscribe, because coming up in May, we will be on that YouTube channel, and I hope you join us there. I love you very much. We will see you next Tuesday.